Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be talking about calcium and how your body uses calcium, why you might be getting things like osteoporosis and different things that happen in your body when your calcium levels are low. I'm Linda Wells, I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I help people regenerate or learn how to regenerate their tissue in their body. Regenerative detoxification is your golden key to health. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you was about how many different areas of your body use calcium and why you might be losing it, how to fix that. So calcium is used in so many different ways, not only for your bones and your teeth and your fingernails and those things, but it's also involved in muscle contraction and relaxation. Your heart uses it. Your electromagnetic energy in your body uses calcium, and some people get depression because they're not using calcium properly. So let's talk about some of the ways that you might have symptoms of low calcium. So soft and rigid fingernails and toenails. Okay, kidney stones. So if you're got too much calcium, not enough magnesium, you may have kidney stones. That can be from drinking tea and things like that, or taking a supplement without the proper proportions. You always want to take, when you are taking a supplement that's exactly what it's supposed to be, a supplement to your diet. You want it to be a food-based or herb-based, because all your ingredients and your minerals and your trace minerals and nutrients are all in a proper proportion to one another, and your body can absorb it that way. If you have aching bones, arthritis, poor wound healing, cavities, and some people have no symptoms at all, but muscle cramps, if you're stiff and achy, depression and tingling in your lips or your fingers. Some of the reasons why these things occur could be because you're taking some kind of a medication that might lower your calcium levels, and that actually includes medication for osteoporosis and osteopenia, okay, because they mess with the way your calcium metabolism works. Poor kidney function, because your kidneys are involved in all of that. A bad diet or poor digestion. So digestion and diet always comes back to the basics. If you're not digesting your food, even if you're eating good and you're not digesting well, then you're not going to absorb, right, the proper nutrients. So you always want to look at those things. Good nutrition and your good minerals come from your fruits and your vegetables. Okay, your living fruits and vegetables, they are the most alkalizing and energy-giving foods that you can have. So when you think of electrolytes and the electricity that it puts into your body, your fruit is actually your highest electrolyte food that you can have. It gives you the most energy. Okay. The calcium carries electrical currents throughout the body. It is involved in the contraction and relaxation of your muscles and your heart. Your heart is a muscle, so it's involved in that. According to the CDC.gov, and in 2017, 2018, 27% of women over the age of 65 had osteoporosis. That was compared to men at 5.7%. Women ages 50 to 64 had 13.1% of women had that. So if you have any of those signs, the rigid fingernails, kidney stones, aching bones, poor wound healing, all those things that I just mentioned, you can suspect that your bones, that your calcium metabolism is off somewhere. And it's not always a matter of taking D or taking calcium. I wanted to talk to you about some things that you can do. If your fingernails are rigid, or if you go and you look into the mirror and you get really close like this, and you look at the ring around the pupil, okay, right around the pupil, and you look at that ring right around the pupil, is it really, really round? Or do you have some places that are out and some that are in? Okay, so that can tell you that you have poor calcium metabolism and that your parathyroid is not functioning. Oh, have you ever had, I'm trying to think what it's called, when whenever you pull muscle or it protrudes, you have a prolapse, you have a, trying to think of what it's called. When you lift something heavy and you get a bulge in one of your tissues. Can't think of what it's called, but anyway, that's poor calcium metabolism also, because calcium is involved in wound healing, okay? So the things that you want to think about is it a matter of my nutrients are low? Okay, if my nutrients are low, is it because I need help with my digestion? So I'm going to be doing a separate video on that. We're not going to talk about that today. Today's just a video on your bone metabolism, your calcium metabolism, why you want good calcium. You want good teeth. You want, pretty hair. You want all these nice things, these nice fingernails, and you don't want to fall when you're older and not be able to heal. So part of that is if you are a very acidic person, if your body's acidic, then you're going to steal calcium out of the bones to go into the blood. Okay, so your free calcium is what your body's going to be using for the muscle contraction, whatever, and it will steal it from your bones. One of the ways you can check your pH is by getting some of these strips that I have you can get it through my Willowbait, okay? And actually I'll put this in a bone, I'll put this in the bone of my little store for your bones, okay? I'll put it in there, and you can get it here, or you can get it through the alkalization list that I have. Some good nutrients for that, for the person maybe when you're younger and you're not at a point where you're seeing signs of rigid fingernails or things like that. You can start with these, with the grains, because they're very nutrient dense and very mineral dense. Okay, I did look at my alkalization video, and I do a whole talk on just this herb right here, this supplement. And then the pH strips are also in the Alkalize Yourself protocol. So if your body is acidic, you're going to need to alkalize it. This is very good, and it has a lot of calcium. Now, hopefully that you're digesting well so that you can utilize what you're getting here, okay? Otherwise, it just goes right through you, okay? Now, if you've been taking calcium, or you've been taking something like this, and you're still seeing signs that your bones are not healing, it's not happening as quick enough, one thing you might want to think about is, are your kidneys functioning well? You can go and you can do the urine test that I always talk about, right? Go in and urinate in a jar, your first urine of the day, the first time you get up. Let it set for a day, go back, see if there's any sediment in the jar. If there is sediment, that means at least one of your kidneys is functioning. You can usually tell if one is functioning better than the other because one side will have more problems. So each kidney is for either side of the body. Your right kidney for your right side and your left kidney for your left side. So another thing you can look at is, do you have puffiness under the eyes? That's a sign that your kidneys are not functioning well. But if your kidneys are functioning well and you're having bone or calcium metabolism problems, this is the one supplement that I really like, and it's the Garden of Life Vitamin Code Grow Bone. And the reason I like it is because it has 2 bottles. It comes with 2 different bottles, okay? This one has the calcium, the magnesium, the D, all those things that you need in a proper proportion. It's made from food and it's made from herbs, okay? So, and green algae. So it's all in the right proportion, and it's all foods so that your body can collect it and absorb it right. And then it has these growth factors that they have created and grown themselves. It's not a chemical made in a factory, okay? But it's enzymes that help the body do what it needs to do to absorb the calcium. So that's a really great supplement. This will be in my bone up protocol, okay? And then last but not least, if you have issues with depression, you have rigid fingernails, I also suggest getting this because this is a homeopathic remedy that supports the parathyroid. And the parathyroid is in with your thyroid here, and it's little nodules. So if you had your thyroid removed, there's a chance that they took out your parathyroid too, because there are 4 little things that are connected to your thyroid. So you may not be absorbing your calcium. And if your thyroid is down, that's also involved in calcium metabolism. So the whole body works together in a unit. But this has parathyroid. It supports the parathyroid, and the parathyroid is involved in telling the body when you need calcium and when not. And for many years, I was taking a calcium and I was doing all this alkalization, but my fingernails were getting more and more rigid, all these little ridges, and weird things on my nails. So finally, when I started using this, they are slowly going away. Started with my thumbs, and each finger is getting better. I still have some on my pinkies, but the calcium metabolism is doing better. So I recommend adding that if you have that issue. If you have that ring around the pupil of your eye, there's a little ring that goes around it. That is basically your gut. And if it's supposed to be perfectly round, if it's not, and it's some prolapsing and some sticking out, spiking out, you know that your parathyroid is probably not functioning right. So anyway, guys, that's what I have for you today, and I hope that this helps you. Please like and subscribe, and then I'm going to put a link to the protocol for your bones in the description. If you have questions for me, please email me at linda@goodnewshealthsolutions.com. Also, if you open up the link to the Well of 8 and you want to create an account with me through that Well of 8, then email me and tell me, hey, I created an account. I'll go in and give you an additional 10% off. So everyone who opens an account with me through Well of 8 gets 10% off every order. And when you tell me that you opened it, you get another 10%. So that'll be for as long as you're on my account and for every order. And you're not limited to the things that I'm recommending, but I do have my favorites on there. So I recommend that you purchase from what I have already chosen, because I've already looked at the items and put them on my favorites. So you should be able to see what my protocols and what my favorites are. If you think you need help with anything, as far as you want personalized help, you can go to my website, goodnewshealthsolutions.com, and make an appointment with me, and I'll be glad to help you there. So I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, share this with your friends, especially your your female friends over the age of 50. Thank you.